Hey guys, this is going to be my ride or die makeup challenge, makeup tag video. It is definitely more of a challenge because it has taken me like a week to try to narrow down what my ultimate favorite pieces of makeup are. It was actually a big struggle on some items, and other items were like a no-brainer. I just knew what my favorite were and I could just move on. Others, I sat there and I went back and forth between brands, and it was really difficult. I didn't think it'd be that hard until I actually got down and tried to pick my ultimates. So the point to this challenge was Jaclyn Hill released a ride or die video, and she tagged everybody who watches it and then specific people. So I thought I'll jump in on it and share with you guys what my ride or die makeup products are. I've also included some foundation, primer. There are quite a few drugstore alternatives for you. So I have a lot of ride or dies that are not drugstore. I have a couple that are actually drugstore, but if I have found something that is really great, my dogs are talking a lot today. But if I have found something that is really great that is also from the drugstore, I'm going to give you that alternative, but let you know what my ride or die is. And this is really, she said, like, imagine you're on a deserted island and you're never going to have any other makeup but one piece. Like, what are you going to live on? I'm thinking, like, if I'm on a deserted island, what the heck am I going to eat and drink, and how am I going to take care of my babies? Because my dogs need to eat and I'm a vegetarian. So I'm going more with every cosmetic company is giving up every single product that they make, except you get to pick one. And that is where I went with this ride or die. So I'm going to get to it, and I'm going to go in the order of what makes sense for applying it to your face. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that my ride or die face primer is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is just amazing. It is luminous, it is just dewy, it is hydrating, it feels amazing, it smells amazing. I can't live without this primer. If this was discontinued tomorrow, I think I would actually cry. It is just so good. So that's my ride or die, but an alternative for you guys from the drugstore would be L'Oreal's Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. And this one is a really great primer. I was really pleasantly surprised by this one. It went on really well. It was really smooth, it was hydrating, it was illuminating. So if you guys didn't want to spend the money on the Becca one, this L'Oreal one was actually really good. When it comes to foundations, my ride or die right now is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. And I just have a little guy. It's just a sample because I'm waiting for my big one to arrive. And this one just gives such a great coverage. It feels wonderful. It blends so easily. It lasts all day long. It doesn't get patchy or creasy. Any kind of powders you apply just go on so flawlessly with it. So I am really impressed with this foundation. But an alternative for you guys from the drugstore would be the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. And this foundation really impressed me. The L'Oreal one, I can't remember what it was, I tried it, and that one really impressed me too. But this one really gives a full coverage that is really creamy, but it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. So this one is a great alternative, but my ride or die would be the Makeup Forever one. Moving into concealers, my ride or die is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I cannot apply makeup without this concealer. It is so good. It took me 15 years to finally find a concealer that is just end all be all amazing. I mean, it's new to the market too, so I guess they've just upped their game, and concealers have been pretty on this season, but this concealer is just unbelievable game changer. I freaking love it. If you guys are looking for an alternative from the drugstore, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is actually a really great concealer as well. It didn't really crease up or get cakey or uncomfortable or anything like that like normal concealers do. So that would be a really good alternative. But my ride or die is absolutely hands down the Urban Decay Naked Skin. My under eye setting powder, ride or die, is the RCMA No Color Powder, the original. I do not have an alternative for you guys because this big boy 3-ounce bottle is only 12 bucks. So this one is really inexpensive and it is just amazing. It gives such an like airbrushed, flawless, like foundation coverage feeling. The finished product is just, it is so good. You don't get crease or lines or anything like that. Like it's just, this powder is so amazing. And I mean, there's that much missing from the bottle and I use this hardcore. And I use this to bake my contour line. I don't do any other baking on the face, but I always set my under eye with it and I set my contour line with this every single time I do my makeup. So this is my ride or die, like baking under eye face setting powder. Now my favorite face setting powder for the whole face is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact. It is actually a foundation and I pick it up in number 2 because it's a really light shade and you just lightly dust it over your whole face. It looks like I haven't even used it and I use this daily because you use such a little amount. So even though it is pricey, I've had this thing for months and months and months now and it looks pretty much brand new. So I haven't actually tried out a drugstore like alternative to be able to give that to you guys. But this one is so good and it sets your face amazing. It feels so great and it doesn't get cakey. You don't get any kind of like flash when you do flash photography and you get that white cast. You don't get any of that with any of these products that I'm talking about. So this one is really great. I just don't have an alternative for you. But this is my ride or die. My ride or die bronzer, hands down, is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. This is just a beautiful bronzer. It warms the skin so nicely. It's not orange, it's not too warm, it's not cool tone. It's just, I mean, it is just amazing. The formulation, the color, how it applies, how it sits on your skin, everything about this bronzer is just hands down best bronzer I have tried in my life. And I have tried so many bronzers. I could not live without this bronzer. It is just so good. An alternative for you guys would be the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. This is also a really great bronzer. I love this one from the drugstore. It gives a really nice subtle glow. It is not orangey. It also sits really well on the skin. So this is a really great bronzer if you're looking for an alternative. But hands down, my ride or die is the MAC Give Me Sun. It is just, there's no other bronzer like it. It is so good. Now, my ride or die blush is actually the Milani Baked Brush in Carolina. I just love this one. I don't even have one that is like a premier, like high-end type of blush that beats this one out. It is beautiful. It has peach tones, pink tones. There's a little bit of highlight in it. There's like a shimmer, but there's not like glitter. It is just, you apply it to the face and it gives such a beautiful glow flush of color. It is buildable, so you can put like the littlest bit amount to add just like a little color, or you can build it up for like so much blush coverage. So this one is absolutely beautiful. I really love any kind of Milani and NYX products from the drugstore. I think those two are like so able to compete with high-end products. So if you're trying to find a high-end quality at a drugstore price, I think Milani and NYX are just like winning the game at the drugstore. And this blush is fantastic along with so many of her other shades, but this one is my ride or die. When it comes to highlight, my ride or die is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Rose Gold. Now, I have so many shades. I think I have pretty much every shade that she makes. I have the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, Prosecco, all of those. But if I could only pick one, it would be the rose gold, because it is such a natural, beautiful highlight that it is something you can wear every single day, and you can build it up if you want even more of that crazy, intense like highlight. And if not, if you just want to dust a little bit on, this one is gorgeous. So, I mean, absolutely, this Becca Rose Gold, I just freaking love it. If you guys want an alternative, the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips. I have tried it in Riviera Strip Sand Bronzer. This one is really beautiful if you use the first 3 for the highlight. The other ones are great if you are a darker skin tone, but if you're lighter than the first 3. So this one I was really impressed with, and I thought it was a great highlighter. But hands down, my ride or die would be the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Gold. It is just beautiful. Now, my favorite eyeshadow would be made by Colored Rain. I have it in a palette, but this isn't actually considered a palette because they're individual eyeshadows. So if I couldn't do any other eyeshadows, I could only pick one, I would probably go for this milk chocolatey color. I can't remember what the shade is called, so I'd have to link it below. But any of their eyeshadows, I mean, if I could only have one eyeshadow and I couldn't even pick the color, I would just take a Colored Rain eyeshadow pan. They're just so high quality, pigmented, buttery, beautiful, easy to work with. Like, I freaking love Colored Rain eyeshadows, so I would pick one of these any day of the week. An alternative for you guys would be the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. These ones are also just beautiful. They are really pigmented, also buttery. They are easy to work with. They go on beautifully. So I really am impressed with the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. But my ride or die would be the Colored Rain eyeshadows. My ride or die eyeshadow palette, however, would be the Natasha Denona. I have the eyeshadow palette number 2. Now, this eyeshadow palette, it's just, her products are so unbelievably high quality and high end. I can't even begin to explain it to you. These are retarded, buttery, pigmented, beautiful. The way they apply, there is like next to no fallout, and a little bit of fallout that does happen just wipes away. It's not even a mess. I don't know how it happens, but you can just brush it away and it's like it was never there. It is just, the quality of these is insane. It's like $48 to get this little palette. It does last a really long time, and a little goes a really long way with this palette. And she makes so many shades, but these are like my go-to shades on a daily basis anyway. And it's a company based out of Israel. So my ride or die palette would be the Natasha Denona, but an alternative for you guys would be the Morphe palettes. You get 30 eyeshadows for $22 or 23. It might be $22.99, but you get 30 eyeshadows. I have it in the 350S because of the shimmering eyeshadows, but they make it in neutrals and all kinds of, you know, flats and frosts, and so. But my alternative would definitely be the Morphe, because for $23 you get 30 eyeshadows. But my ride or die, hands down, would be Natasha Denona, because her eyeshadow palettes are just incredible. My ride or die eyeliner is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This literally lasts 24/7. Even when I remove my makeup, there's the littlest bit that's left over, and I think it actually looks really beautiful when I have no other makeup on, but that's just like lightly lined and left over. So I could not live without this eyeliner. It is just so awesome. But an alternative for you guys would be the NYX eyeliner, because this one is really great and it's from the drugstore. So I would go for NYX if you were looking for a really great black eyeliner. But my ride or die is the Urban Decay 24/7. My ride or die eye glitter liner, well, more a liquid liner, but it happens to be a glitter liquid liner, is Urban Decay Heavy Metal in Midnight Cowboy. This is just so beautiful. It is a champagne tone. I mean, you can wear this every day. You can put the littlest bit of glitter on, or you can just build up on your lid. You can build the glitter line to make it really intense. Like, this is just such a beautiful liquid eyeliner. I do not have an alternative for this one. This is just awesome, and it is my ride or die go-to all the time. I can't live without this one. My ride or die mascara for like the last, I don't even know how many years, has been the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. I just love this wand. I love the formulation. I think it is great. It's not clumpy. It doesn't get flaky. It is volumizing, lengthening. It's just, it applies really nicely. It's awesome. I don't have an alternative for this particular one because I've tried like Rimmel and L'Oreal, Maybelline, and there are some great mascaras, but I haven't found anything that is comparable to this. And I'm trying to give you guys alternatives that are comparable to like my actual ride or die, not just like, oh, well, this is also a great mascara, so here's an alternative. I haven't actually come across one that is like this for the wand and the formulation, so I don't have one for you, but this is my ride or die. Moving on to lips, my ride or die lip balm is the Sugar Rosé. It is made by Fresh. The rosé is my favorite color because it just adds like that little bit of pink tone to your lips. It is so subtle. They make it in so many colors, but this has an SPF in it. It is so moisturizing. It feels wonderful on your lips. Like I use this every single day. I keep one in my bag, one by my bed, one in my makeup room, and like them on like stock in my shelves because I am so obsessed with this lip balm. It is just the best thing that I've ever tried. And again, I don't have anything that's comparable to this lip balm because the formulation is just insane. I don't know what they did to create this, but it is so good. My ride or die lipstick is by Charlotte Tilbury. I am in the shade Secret Selma because this is just a beautiful everyday like nude rosy pink color, and it is really moisturizing, and it's buttery, and it's pigmented. It is awesome. So if I could only have one lipstick, it would be Charlotte Tilbury's Hot Lips. But a drugstore alternative for you guys is made by NYX, and it is the Butter Lipstick. This is so crazy moisturizing. This could probably actually take place for both the lipstick and the lip balm. It's just that there's a lot more color to this than the lip balm, but it is as moisturizing and nourishing as like my Fresh Sugar Rosé lip balm. So this could act as a double just depending on the color coverage that you're looking for. But this NYX Butter Lipstick is just so awesome. But Charlotte Tilbury's Hot Lips lipsticks is like my ride or die lipstick. It is so good. This one was also really difficult for me to pick, but my ride or die lip gloss is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Her lip glosses are just, they take the prize. They win. I've tried like 50 brands, 100 brands over the years. I don't even know. I am like a lip gloss addict. I have a problem when it comes to lip glosses. I'm constantly buying them. I love lip glosses and lipsticks and lip products. But Anastasia is just, it is perfect. It is moisturizing, it's buttery, it's creamy, it's glossy, it's pigmented, the color is beautiful, the shimmer, the shine, like it is just your all around pure perfection. There's no stickiness. It doesn't get like all gross in the interior of your lips and create that like white line. I mean, it is just, I don't know what she's done, but the formulation of this is just over the top, pure perfection. I am obsessed with metallic rose. I think it is like an everyday beautiful color, and it actually pairs really, really well with that Charlotte Tilbury in the Selma, Secret Selma. Those two complement each other so nicely, but either one are worn beautifully on their own. It's just, this Anastasia gloss is awesome. I noticed a great alternative from the drugstore is Rimmel Stay Glossy. This one was beautiful. It wasn't sticky, it was glossy, it had a really nice amount of shimmer, nothing too over the top, and it was moisturizing. It really lasted like for a couple hours, and it didn't create that line in the interior of the lips either. So I was really impressed with this Rimmel. But if I only could have one lip gloss for the rest of my life, it would be Anastasia. My favorite lip stain of all time is Tarte. I know I've mentioned this before, but their lip stains are just so amazing. They are like, I mean, any lip stain, you have to be precise when you're applying it because it is a stain, and you always want to put a stain on when your lips are moisturized so they don't get like into the chapped pieces of skin on your lips. But these are beautiful and they stay. They hold up through like drinking and eating, talking. The color, it just gives such a beautiful tint to your lips. And I haven't found any kind of alternative, but if I could have only one lip stain, it would be Tarte, and it would be any of their shades of pinks because I'm obsessed with pink. And I don't even know what color this, oh, Lively. I would go with Lively. This one's my favorite, but any lip stain by Tarte is the best. Last but certainly not least, my ride or die face spray is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This is incredible. You can spray it on before your makeup, after your makeup. You can touch up your face during the day. I don't have any kind of problems with like mascara running or anything because there is some oil base in this, but it is so moisturizing, so refreshing. It makes your face just feel wonderful. Your makeup doesn't like start feeling gross or cakey or like you have to get it off. You can just touch it up and you just like, you feel refreshed all over again. And I honestly have not tried any other spray that is comparable to this one, so I don't have an alternative to this because this is just in its own league. Honestly, I've tried so many sprays and I've just never found anything as amazing as this one. So it would be unfair to say, you know, here's an alternative because I don't have a true alternative to this one. That does it for my ride or dies and any alternatives that I could give you guys. I really hope that you picked up some new products that you want to go try and that you enjoyed this video. I had a crazy time trying to put this together for you guys, but being such a makeup, like over the top, crazy, obsessed, I guess a little bit of a makeup hoarder, addict, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I thought giving you guys what my ultimate ride or dies are would be saying a lot because I've been playing with makeup for about 25 years now and I've had my hands on hundreds of brands. I have played with everything. I have tried out so many things. I've gone through phases. I've gone through the drugstore. I've gone through like Sephora, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Saks. I mean, you name it. I've gotten my hands on so many different types of makeup. So for me to narrow it down to these products just is really saying a lot for me. So I hope it says a lot for you guys too, because if it made my list, it's that good because I'm really, really picky when it comes to my makeup. I like have really high expectations with my makeup because there's just some of these pharmacy or drugstore brands are just so good too. So there's clearly no excuse for like even these high-end brands to be slacking. So that is my ride or dies. And until next time, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Good night, good morning, wherever you are, and I will talk to you later. Bye.